I, James Bradley, a simple story writer and tailor, was going down the lane searching for a hotel for staying the night. Then, after searching for almost an hour, I found a hotel. Let's say it was a 2-star. I rushed into the reception. The receptionist was an old man wearing black French spectacles, having a scar on his forehead and a shawl wrapped around him. I asked him, "Excuse me, sir, may I please stay here for one night?" At first, the old man saw me with an anxious face and gave me the room key. Then, after a few seconds, he said,
"Follow me, Sahib. I will show you your room and will ensure that you have a memorable stay with us."
The old man sounded creepy, but I had no other option but to follow him. He led me to a strange spiral staircase. The sound of the creaky wooden stairs laid a shiver down my spine. Then, after a few moments, we reached the second floor. And as we walked down the hallway, we finally reached the room. I was surprised because the room number was strange, as it read 6666. Then we walked inside the room. The room was very well clean, along with that well decorated. I couldn't understand why it was 2-star, so I asked that why is it given a 2-star? The receptionist said nothing for a moment, but then he said that,
"I'm sorry, Sahib. We don't serve food here. If you want, then you can go out and have dinner at a restaurant outside the hotel."
I said, "Okay, it's fine with me." And then I started unpacking my luggages, taking out the clothes and placing them in the wardrobe. The fresh air from outside filled up the room. I went up to the balcony and the scenery was very quiet and calm, which was perfect for my thrilling story. Then, after taking a short nap, I went outside the hotel for dinner. Then, finally, I found a restaurant which was named Hotel Blue Inn. I went in and sat on a chair. Then I asked for the menu card. From there, I ordered tandoori chicken with some fried rice. The meal over was delicious. Then, afterwards, I went out for a stroll. The scenery was quiet and calm as always. Afterwards, I went back to the hotel. But when I entered, I saw that the receptionist was missing. Then I called him, but no one answered. I thought to myself that maybe he had gone for some personal work. So I walked through the staircase. But suddenly, I felt that someone walked past me. Anyways, after that, I finally got in front of the door and opened it. Then switched on the light and went to the bathroom. And then, after drinking a glass of water, I went to bed. I couldn't sleep well, as suddenly I got awake, as I was hearing that a girl was crying loud in the next room, which is 666. I checked my pocket watch, and it was 3 a.m. midnight. Suddenly, the crying stopped. It felt a bit awkward for me. Then I drank some water and went to sleep. But then, again, the crying of the girl started. I felt a bit irritated, so I went outside and knocked on the door of room 666. Then I knocked again at the door, but nobody answered. The door opened suddenly. Inside it was very dark, but I somehow went inside. The door closed, and then I switched on my flashlight. I saw a horrifying view, which was beyond anything. I saw that an old man was hanged from the hook of the fan, and a girl who was crying, and blood was covered in all her face. On seeing this terrible sight, I lost my consciousness. The next day, the police discovered me. He told me that my mother, wife and son were scared, as I have not called them. I quickly explained the police about the matter, and so the police officer said that
Few months ago, there lived an old man with his granddaughter and his son. The old man's name was Hori Kishore, who worked as a receptionist. According to the rumors, the old man and his son were bargaining for the need of money. But in response, the old man simply said no. Then his son tried to kill him, but the old man's granddaughter tried to save him. But unfortunately, the granddaughter was unsuccessful, and the son killed his own daughter and his father in need of money. And from that day, their souls were liberated and has been roaming there